Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to draw some tree just for beginners. Okay, just for beginners by using two types of brush. Okay, here I'm showing the picture of two brush I'm using, and I'm using Faber-Castell paints. For this is students watercolor. Okay, just students watercolor I'm using just to show how to draw tree. Okay, just wet the brush. I'm using light green color. Okay, then see how I use the brush. Use as it is. This is how you learn to practice your brush. Practice how to use your brush. Okay, just tap tap tap. Just follow tapping. Tap with your brush on paper. So I'm using just light brown color. Sorry, light green color. Pat it on the paper, and then I'm using a little bit darker shade of green. In watercolor we use light over dark. Then little bit of black shade. Use a little bit of black shade. Okay, okay, below the tree, and also in the middle in some regions I'm using black to give a darker shade. And then I'm using light green over its outer parts. And then for the trunk, its trunk, using just a brown, just to show the structure of tree. How can we draw structure of tree using just watercolor? And then you can draw some grass or lawn, and then we can give a little bit of shade. So I'll finish the ground first, and then little bit of grasses. See how the brush is being used in this painting. Okay, a little bit of black to show the shadow of the tree. You can decide in which direction the shadow should be. If the light is coming on the right, you must put the shadow on the left side, like that. And I'm putting the darker space on the opposite side of the light reflection. Now and then I'm putting some yellow, and you can wipe off excess water by using a dry brush. Also you can pat it with that to give a texture, and you must wait until it's dry to get the original result of the painting. Then I'm drawing another tree using the angled brush. I'm using an angled brush. Here I'm using light green shade first. Pat it over here and there. You can decide which pattern you need for the tree. As I'm not specifying which tree I'm drawing, it's a general. So you can add now yellow paint, means yellow color. I'm using angled brush, okay, for this purpose. Even I'm using light shade over the yellow, light green over the yellow, and a little bit darker shade over it. And then again another dark shade of green, a little bit black, and green is mixed together. See, the brush will usually give a texture, so it's easier. And then again little bit of blacker to give to specify that there is inner region. Okay, and then you can use, see, you can also test on a paper when you mix the colors what color you will get. Again I'm using little bit darker shades of green and the black, and I'm tapping it, and then over there just you can give light shades of green. You just practice using brush. Okay, that's the main important thing that you need. By practice you will learn more and more new methods and techniques on how to use watercolors. The practice every day and you will learn a lot. That's how I learned. And now you can draw the trunk of the tree. This is how I draw the trunk of the tree. Just draw the outline first and then you can give details. Now again you have to counter color it. Okay, then I'm mixing black and brown, so I get another shade of brown. Actually we don't need too much colors, just mix it and test on a piece of paper and you will find different beautiful colors. Okay, and then again I'm using a little bit of darker shade to shade the other side. You know, when if one side is bright, the other side must be dark, so I'm shading it using a little bit darker color. Also you can draw branches using the same color. Okay, then we can complete the ground and then give a shadow for the tree. Okay. It depends upon what kind of landscape you are using for this. And what's the purpose?